So, hey everybody, I'm back in my car again. I just got done seeing the Star Wars Rogue One movie. I'm not gonna lie, it was good. Um, so, still kind of giddy about it. I'm adjusting myself, getting myself comfortable. Car is not that comfortable usually. But we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna warn everybody, there's probably gonna be spoilers in this one. Please don't get mad about it. I'll try and keep everything, as general as possible, but there will obviously be a couple things that I will have to address because it is Star Wars and it's a brand new movie and I really want to talk about it. So that being said, spoiler alerts. Not gonna lie, the intro was kind of interesting. It felt a little bit fast paced, throwing every sort of like little information in just as fast as they could, trying to get everybody up to like the sort of setting. That being said, I did enjoy it. There were a lot of great characters overall. There was actually a lot of things that I didn't realize that they were going to actually address in sort of kind of joking manners. But it was an overall good execution. Where to go from here, in truth? Because there's just so much I really want to cover. But I guess I'll start off with sort of a couple of things that did irk me a little bit. Just a couple minute things. While the animation was really good on, bringing back two characters, I'm going to once again not try and say who they are. One of them is a general, and, well, not a general, he's a Moff, I guess you could say, for anybody who knows the Star Wars lore. But the other one, I'm going to try and not say anything at all, just because it's really kind of a nice little lead up into something else. They had to digitally animate, certain characters who technically died back before 2000, so there's no way, obviously, you could get them back in. Couple like lining issues, what I saw in the face, like eyes and stuff weren't lining up properly, but still overall it was convincing enough for the actual movie itself. So I'm not going to complain too much on that one. Just saying that there are a couple things, like minute details, that they could have just gotten just a little bit more right, but we're not going to worry about that. It was perfectly fine. I think it was well executed overall. Costume design was... Those are my keys. Costume design was fantastic. I could not complain. I mean, they were well done. Overall, the sort of aesthetics were just right. It felt like realistic enough, but also Star Wars. And that was kind of the one thing I was really worried about. How are they going to get, sort of more soldiery than all the... Because if you ever look at like all the Star Wars, everybody's wearing kind of like just super clothy armor. Like even in the later, like in the earlier Star Wars, like the original trilogy, there was just like almost all the armor just didn't feel right for soldiers. It always felt like you're wearing a blanket than you are wearing like some sort of like heavy clothing or like kind of military garb. That being said, it was well done this time. It felt almost like Vietnam, which, don't get me wrong, was a cool effect. I liked that. I wish they could go back and do that in the original one. No ideas, George Lucas. It's perfectly fine the way it is. Don't touch it anymore. No more. All right then. That being said, I would love to have seen some sort of like direct connection between that, but obviously it's a new sort of setup for it. Not going to complain there too much. But things I loved. Overall, it felt beautifully done. The characters felt original. They did not feel like just sort of stereotypical in full capacity. Even sort of the way that they handled certain topics like Death Stars and things like that, it felt authentic. And in truth, the time period was a good selection for this one. Can't complain at any point for that part. Where to go from here? Well, they revealed Darth Vader, and that was something I was going to be kind of worried about, because in the books and stuff and the sort of the games, even in the movies, Darth Vader is so menacing and sort of dangerous, and it's something that they never really address other than like a handful of times in the early movies and things like that, and how dangerous he actually is. Sorry, it's really cold. Sorry, phone died. So we're going to address Darth Vader. It was super interesting to see him sort of come back as a actual super, not going to say like, he was intimidating. I'm not going to lie, that was the best part about it. Because in the books and stuff, he's supposed to be super intimidating, dark. Trying this again, fourth time. Hopefully this time the battery will at least last and I will have enough memory for it. So that being said, character designs, overall sort of execution, the storyline was beautiful up until the very end, and even then it was perfect. Oh my god. Disney, you are not screwing anything up. I did doubt you at first, but you're doing fine. Keep up the good work. That being said, overall, I think the pacing of the movie was a bit fast. We were jumping around from a lot of locations, and I get it. It was sort of kind of to show the urgency of it. overall, I really can't say too much bad stuff about the movie. I just really want to just kind of go back and watch the fourth movie again. It felt like a really good in-between sort of movie, wrapped up that storyline nicely, showed us where everything was sort of going in that capacity, and it was well done overall. Now, I will admit, it is kind of, there was one thing that I kind of didn't really agree with, and it's at the very end, and once again, this is kind of a spoiler, so if you don't want to, like, hear something very important about sort of, like, the ending, do not listen at this point. I probably will be covering mostly just spoilers at this point, and I don't want anybody to get really sort of ruined about it, because I am a very adamant person about spoilers. If you do not want to know, stop the video. I don't care. If you guys want to, like, you know, keep in, I just want to make sure I'm not ruining it for anybody. So please, if you want to go see the movie and haven't yet, please go and turn off this video right now and go see the movie. We'll wait 3 seconds. All right, for those who did not end the video there, at the very end, when they pass off the plans, I don't know why Darth Vader and all that sort of stuff just didn't go ahead, pull it from the man himself, and then just go from there. And I mean, there's a lot I would have loved to have seen done. So we did not really see Darth Vader in his full, sort of, in my opinion, danger. Like, he is a very powerful enemy, but we don't actually see him do anything other than just hack apart a couple rebels. He knew what they had in their hand. He knew exactly what it was, but didn't stop it. Now, another thing that we did not get to really kind of, I guess, see in that capacity, we didn't see R2-D2 and C-3PO on the other ship. That's just a little kind of detail that I think we could have probably, like, would have been nice to see. Like, maybe she was talking to them in some capacity. It would have been nice to see that. They made a lot of references to other, other possible sort of offshoots, to other sort of details, with the different plans they were listing off when going after the Death Star plans. There was a lot of name drops that I think would be really cool to see later references to. That being said, there was one thing that I really want to address, and it's been something that someone needs to talk about it. Donnie Yen. I love that man's work. I mean, he's one of my favorite actors. He's well known for the Ip Man series. If you haven't seen that, it's one of the, my opinion, best sort of new modern martial arts sort of movies. It's something beautifully done, well executed in that aspect, and the man knows his stuff. There's no lie about that. He's a great, I guess you would say, martial artist as well as actor in the same capacity. Mother of fucking hell. I cannot keep this light on. It's so fucking annoying. That being said, I felt that he didn't really get a lot of time to sort of really kind of invest in the character. I mean, I felt sad when, at the very end when he dies and by an explosion, but other than that, there really wasn't much sustenance to the man. I mean, I get that he kind of worked at the temple and he kind of worships the Force, but we don't even really know too much about it. And I wish we could have gotten a little bit more backstory, a little bit more meat of even just about the two of them. But anytime we encountered it, there was a moment like where they're like, "Oh, don't talk to them. We're not here to make friends," or it's like they're just kind of staring at each other, like like as in brothers. But it's like, I get it, they're related, but I want to know more about that, like, sort of relationship, the connection between them. I'm not sure if it doesn't have to be anything. I just want to know more about it. And that was like, it felt like such a flat situation for the character. And it felt sad when he died, but I didn't know why. Like, I mean, I get that, yeah, he's super likable, he's innocent, and he's kind of like a purist, but why? Like, where was the other aspects to his character? And I felt really bad about asking that question, but it wasn't there. Same for his, like, sort of partner in that aspect, K9 or whatever, the droid. I really liked him. He was fun. But he felt more of a physical sort of a prop in most aspects. And I mean, he was, at the very end, he was like shooting people down. God dang it! Keep the light on. He felt very interesting, but at the very end, I felt bad once again that he died, but I didn't really know much about him. All I knew is he was reprogrammed and he had a quirk. Whoop-de-doo. There just really wasn't anything meaty to it, and I wish there was. That being said, it did add, and the best part about it was we didn't really see a lightsaber. I mean, we saw it in the last 10 minutes of the movie, but all the rest of it was meant entirely entirely just to focus on the everyday people, the people who were sort of in that situation wanting to rebel. And that was beautifully executed. Oh my God. I loved the aspects, I loved the execution of it, and I really recommend this movie to anybody. If I had to give it a rating, at least 9 out of 10. I don't do like the whole 4.5 out of 5 stars, but for me, it was just perfectly done. In that aspect, once again, minute things can keep something from being a 5, and personally, 5, oh my fucking God, I did it! No, it kept it from being a 10, but I wanted to give it a 9 out of 10 because it was good. It was engaging, it was fun, it had jokes, at the same time it was serious, and it was true to its material, and that is what was important to me. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for watching this review video. I know it's going to be a little bit longer than usual, but I wanted to really address this stuff. Now, for those who don't really know, Star Wars has been one of my biggest... God dang it! Star Wars is one of those few things that I really am a big fan of. Spent years reading books, I've spent years playing games, and to be honest, it's one of the few things I grew up with. So for me, this was an important sort of a chance to, like, kind of in a way, see all the stuff that I didn't see in between all the movies, and it kind of focuses once again on the... Ooh, there's a cat. There's a cat that ran by my car. I'm not driving, by the way. That's a very important thing. Whenever I'm in this car and I'm doing a video, I do not drive. That is important. Let me see here. I don't know if you can see it. No, there's no way. Cat's going that way. He's going around the house. But if for anybody who's a big Star Wars fan, I think this is a must-see. It's well done, and it's very fun, and it's, in my opinion, worth the money to spend to go get a ticket. Obviously, you can wait to go see it on DVDs and Blu-rays, but in my opinion, it was well done. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, of course, hit that like button down below. Oh my God, I'm fucking like everybody else. Just let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more of these, obviously I'll try and go see more movies in that capacity. I've got a couple more I want to go see. I want to go at least see Assassin's Creed before it's over, Passenger, Moana, I think is what it was. I think it's a Disney animated. It's got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it. I really want to see that one. But anyway, guys, that's really all I kind of want to talk about in this movie. About the movie. God, I'm freezing to death out here. My brain is starting to lose oxygen. So I'm going to go inside. You guys have fun, and I'll see you, of course, in the next video.